Hey everyone, what is up and welcome back to For the Rock Reacts. Thank you so much for being here and clicking on this episode. We are going to be reacting to the new comeback single Panopticon by Silent Planet. And this is going to definitely be an interesting one. The band has taken a slight different direction, especially in lyrical topics over the last couple of years. Taking a look at the lyrics ahead of time of this one, it's definitely an interesting song, and I have an idea of what it is about. So stay tuned till after the song, and I'm going to kind of dive in with my quick little analysis of what this song is about. Yeah, we're actually going to watch the premiere right now as it happens live, and it's going to be so awesome. And just before we do that, guys, if you are new here and you enjoy this video, consider checking out some of the other videos we have on the channel here, and maybe hit that like button and the subscribe button down below. It'd be so awesome to have you as part of the For the Rock family. We check out a lot of awesome metal and rock, primarily in the Christian scene, which these guys have been a part of for many years. And yeah, we'll talk more about that after the video. Until then, let's do this. This is Panopticon by Silent Planet. There we go. That is an interesting sound. This is nuts. Make sure you're wearing some headphones. This is Silent Planet?
Right along our flat line, the digitized. A shell for a skull and a body to commodify. Under the line we survive inside this machine. But we lose ourselves and retreat to screens. Retreat to skies. Retreat to skies.
This is so different.
They see all, but we see one. Shut down the system. Burn away the veil. What waits? A face behind a face behind a face. Reverse the network. Burn away the veil. And you'll find a face behind a face behind a face.
This sounds so different for Silent Planet.
Amplified and polarized. When our nerves are dull and our souls lobotomized. We slave with pixels in a dream machine. We lose ourselves and retreat to screens. Retreat to skies. Retreat to skies. Shut down the system. Burn away the veil. What waits? A face behind a face behind a face. Reverse the network. Burn away the veil. And you'll find a face behind a face behind a face.
Alright, are we gonna get like trilogy level breakdown here? I don't know if they can top it, dude.
Take care of the
Wow. Alrighty. There is a lot to talk about with this one. Oh my goodness. Was that Silent Planet? It was such a drastic change in sound that probably upon initial listening to it, if it just randomly came on and I was hearing it for the first time, I wouldn't probably assume that that is Silent Planet. Like, obviously, Garrett's voice is Garrett's voice, but everything else, including some of the stuff that he did, was so different from what they normally have done in the past. Even just Trilogy being their last single. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'll... Okay, I liked it, but I felt like until closer to the end, like there was the initial like, whoa, like this is so different. But I feel like the whole middle bit of the song kind of lulled a little bit for me, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if it's like the tuning. Somebody mentioned in the comments, I had no idea, but apparently they had mentioned on one of their streams that this song, hopefully not the entire album, was recorded with all bass parts because the tuning, or like it's just so low that there's like actually no guitar on that track, apparently. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the truth. Like listening to that is crazy low overall, but yeah, I don't know. There was a little bit of a lull, like everything just kind of repeated itself, and I think that technically it's kind of a chorus. It's the only part that's repeated multiple times is shut down the system, burn away the veil, what waits, a face behind a face behind a face. Reverse the network, burn away the veil, you'll find a face behind a face behind a face. I feel like during that part it was just kind of but that end breakdown, what? I think the Trilogy breakdown hits harder, just the overall way that it comes in and hits you. But I thought for a second with all the end screen stuff coming up from Solid State, I was thinking it was going to be that first 5 seconds or 10 seconds and be done. But luckily it repeated, changed up a bit, and it got insane. It was so heavy. Definitely a solid breakdown. Now, let's talk about the band a little bit. For those of you who watch this channel regularly, you know that we watch Christian bands here on the channel, and Solid State has always been considered one of them, and definitely when they signed back on Solid State originally, I think Solid State as a label was still very much a Christian label back in like 2014, and Silent Planet was coming from that world and never put that label on it. Seemed like they were fine, even though they say now that they never were. But there's been a lot of stuff coming out of the camp overall that's, it's a little weird to watch sometimes and listen to. And for a lot of reasons, I don't really listen to Silent Planet thinking of them as a Christian band anymore. I don't put that label on them because it doesn't seem to be one that they want, from what I've seen online anyways. And so this was kind of one of those adjacent things. Maybe there's somebody new watching the channel. Guys, go and check out some of the amazing music that is on the channel here. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. But this song actually has a really interesting message behind it. There's only one part I don't really like, but for the most part, if you look at the lyrics, so actually you might be wondering, what is a Panopticon? And I actually looked it up today. Basically, do you know that scene out of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians of the Galaxy, where they're in the prison and before they're the Guardians, the group of misfits, they all break into the center tower and they end up escaping through that. Normally in real life, there are prisons like that and they don't have flying station towers in the middle. So, but that shape, so the whole round prison thing, all the doors facing towards the tower can see everybody. That is a Panopticon. And I think when you look at the lyrics here, it starts off safe in your silicone shell, a cell in a server, silent observer, staring at solitude eyes, green and unblinking, the thought before thinking, Panopticon. Analog heart flatline and digitized, a shell for a skull and a body to commodify. Under the light, we survive inside this in between, but we lose ourselves and retreat to screens. Our name is Legion. We outnumber the stars. We have come to absolve you. They see all, but we see one. Shut down the system, burn away the veil. What waits? A face behind a face. Towards the very end here, the culture is charged, amplified, and then polarized, but our nerves are dulled and our souls lobotomized. We sleep with pixels in a dream machine, but we lose ourselves and retreat to screens. Shut down the system. So basically, I think the idea here, there's probably way too many complex ideas to think about knowing Garrett, but basically, like, it's about technology, the way that we've become slaves to our phones, and the whole algorithm, AI, everything's based off that now. That, like, we get fed advertisements, we get fed political stuff, we get fed, like, from stuff that we like. It's all polarizing, and the culture is charged, amplified, then polarized. And basically, it's just Garrett's coming from the point, I'm assuming, of like, hey, the system, it's not necessarily rigged, but there's all the people in control, like big tech, and they're kind of controlling everything. We've become slaves, locked to our phones, and that is truth. I think way too many people are addicted to their phone. I mean, honestly, there's times I try and catch myself. I'm like checking on my phone every 5 minutes, and it's not good. And then, there's times where I can get away from it and try and leave it. I honestly try to leave my ringer off all the time. I'd rather not get notifications and try and not think about my phone as much as possible. But yeah, so like this song, I think it is going into a little bit more than just that, talking about just the way the system works and sucks. And at the very end of the song, during the breakdown, it says, "Unto us a program is born, holy virus, taker of the earth." I feel like it's trying to play something on scripture here, like unto us a child is born. It's the Holy King. But talking about a program, so it's interesting wordage, and I don't know, like something about the lyrics of the song remind me of like iRobot as just like the movie. I like that movie, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here, and probably way too much to delve into in a 10-minute video, 15-minute video, but it's definitely interesting, and I think there is a lot of truth in there where you just gotta really look in the lines. I kind of miss the old song structure and style of the original Silent Planet stuff, with all the footnotes of everything and going super in depth with like quotes and stuff, and putting scripture in there, and we definitely don't see that much. And I think Garrett's changed kind of his writing style, starting with Trilogy. He said he wrote that in his hospital bed, and basically did it all in one go. And there was no footnotes or anything in the lyrics, and we got it again here. There was a song that leaked. I haven't listened to it in full, but I know it ends in not a great way, so I don't know if you'll see that song on the channel. It's one of the coming ones. There's lots of F-bombs, and that's one of the things that kind of has me a bit worried with these guys, is that I don't know. It's like, it's not saying that makes them not Christian. That's not where I'm going with it, but it is not. I have a bit of a hard time with F-bombs and cursing and stuff in music. I just think that lyrically, English with use of language, that it's lazy, especially when it's repeated and not just used once to emphasize a point, but when it's just repeated, like the line, like I've seen in this coming song potentially, it's just disheartening. It just does not bode well, and it doesn't seem to be the same band that they were a few years ago. I think when the End Began came out, that was kind of the shift. There was a tonal change in the lyrical content, and just everything seemed to be getting a bit darker and darker. And that overall, that seems to be where a lot of metal is going and has gone like the last number of years. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Honestly, I wouldn't be super stoked if this whole album sounded like this. I think it was a cool sound for a single. And yeah, obviously a little spurts of it here and there wouldn't be too bad, but I really hope that musically the rest of the album is not this. But overall, pretty good song, interesting lyrical content. I hope that you guys got something out of it, and you guys learned something, like what a Panopticon is. But yeah, until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you again sometime soon in the near future here. All right, guys, peace. God bless.